This is it. Welcome to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. Got Goldee and DJ Hard. Welcome to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. I'm Goldee, your West Coast host. I got my sidekick, DJ Hard, Sweetport, Louisiana. What's up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing out there? Today we here to once again to put on a production, information and knowledge that's pertinent, you know what I'm saying, to our people. We're gonna do some screen sharing. And the reason we screen share is because, you know, that's a means of networking with other people, Black people that's in the Black media. So we actually networking with them because maybe you might not catch their information on their show and see our show and you know what I'm saying, catch the information. Whenever we screen share somebody's program is because, you know, we have done some research, you know what I'm saying, into their information. And if we feel that it's information that we could relate to and that, you know, could be useful and beneficial to our audience, you know, that's a reason. It's important, you know what I'm saying, for, you know, we trying to build our show up right now, you know what I'm saying, all the presentations and that we put on and everything is free. We doing this from the kindness of our heart. We doing this from the interest and the love, you know what I'm saying, for media and music and entertainment in general. And so we look for support from our people, from our audience, you know, and that's where your subscriptions and your likes come in. Because once we get to a certain number of subscriptions and likes, then that steps up our game with YouTube. And that's what, you know, we have to do, is to build up, you know what I'm saying, our show with YouTube. So anytime you watch our show, you know what I'm saying, take out the moment, you know what I'm saying, to hit that like button and that subscription. If you haven't done that, always we looking for that thumbs up. And always, you know what I'm saying, tell a friend, you know, that's how we network, you know what I'm saying, within our own Black community. This is the thing that we have to learn to do is work together. So what's up with it, DJ?
Oh man, it's all good. You know, I wrapped up last year with my New Year party album, and man, it did more than I expected it to do, man. I'm telling you, man. I wrote a song, you know, and I peeked one of the messages today. I haven't had a chance to answer my fans because I've been very busy with the construction part of building a new artist recording studio.
Right on.
And I'm gonna try to get it to double as an art gallery and a place for collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
But what I wanted to do is add to our opening statements here. Is like, you know, we're trying to unite with other people, and also we're trying to raise awareness. And that's one reason why we are sharing other people's comments and content.
Right.
Because their subject matter is directly related to our study. I study about reparations, you know, because there's a study going on. And matter of fact, it's not been in mainstream media, but other cities are getting involved, such as Detroit, Michigan. So I want to try to highlight what's going on there. So the conversation is being raised. So I wanted to update y'all on what's going on across America. I also want to show some examples of where we are economically. I got a couple of charts I want to show you. One dealing with the inequality of the wealth gap. So this is one of the reasons why I'm saying that we need reparations so we can close the wealth gap. And also that money could be used to generate new industries and new businesses. So
right.
We're trying to put that on the mind. I'm trying to get it stuck in my mind.
Yeah.
Trying to bring it on to other people's consciousness, because lately in the news they've been talking about the Great Resignation, right? So where did all these jobs go? All right, where did the people go? Some of the people went into business because there's always an unmet need or a service that needs to be rendered to really help somebody else along the way. So if you can find that out, that might be a good industry for you. You know, my industry that I love is making music, and my song New Year Party, it charted. You know, I ended up the year last year, and I should have had the names right in front of me, but I'm one of my songs charted #1 on #1 music for the United States, coming from the state of Louisiana. And I had another song, I remember that one's name, Hard Jazz Pop, made #2 on the charts, on the hip hop charts, on #1 music, to wrap up the year. So I wrapped up last year real good, and I want to thank everybody for sending me their comments, because that's you know, I'm getting the groove. See, I'm getting in that groove where the people are telling me something, and I'm feeling it, and so here come a new song right in that groove. So that's why I really appreciate people's comments, and I wish I had a little bit more time to write all of you back, but it's the numbers are starting to get pretty big now. So you know, I have to manage my time. But I just want to tell everybody thank you. And another thing in regards to comments, because our subject matter is dealing with economics, the wealth gap, reparation, and the reason for it, and the history behind the reason for the conversation on reparations. So here's how you get involved. Here's how you get united. All right. Leave your comments. That's your voice. You have freedom of speech in America, freedom of press in America. So when you leave your comments, a pro or con in regards to this conversation, then all right, that's going to register. All right, because as we lift this conversation up, we also want to know what everybody else got to say.
Right.
You know, I think it's time for us to use our voices properly to help shape and guide the leadership of our country. You know, our mayors, how can we guide our mayors and encourage our mayors and city council people and governors and whoever else, all the way up to the president? How can we encourage them? We can encourage them by stating our opinions and saying, okay, now it's time for us to get right about reparation, because it's morally correct for us to do that. And as a matter of fact, I want to point to a document that I'm still researching. It's field order, special field order number 15. That goes all the way back to President Abraham Lincoln. All right, so this debt that is due to us is just that old. Ever since the emancipation, well, you know what I'm talking about.
Overdue debt. That's what it is an overdue debt.
And that's what all of this is about. It goes back that far.
Well, that's how far it goes back, and that's how far we've been dealing with it, and that's why it's overdue time, man. And people should be tired of this shit. This is an issue that, Yeltsin was saying, should have been dealt with, but now in this day and time, it's just time to move forward and get it dealt with, you know. And you're looking good, man, on the chart. Yeltsin was saying your numbers is coming up, man. And that's all the way, you know what I'm saying? I give you your stars on that, man. So just keep up with the hard work, man. You know what I'm saying? And pushing the line, man, with the with that music, bro.
Oh, now I remember the name of the song that went #1. Hey, man, that's straight up with our program, man. Behind the scenes with the OGs. All right. Hey, look, I wrote a song, all right, and I said it called "Getting Old Should Be the Goal." All right. So I said, okay, I don't know if they're ready for this.
Getting old should be the goal. Getting old is the goal.
All right.
That's what I'm saying, well, because
hey,
other than that, you lose your life at a very young age. You know what I'm saying? You don't get the experience of life on earth.
Version up. I put the instrumental version of that song up. All right. It went #1.
Okay. That's just, that saying in itself is a #1 saying. So it's good that people recognize just the, you know what I'm saying, the saying.
All right. And that gave me an idea. I think I'll let them check out the vocal version, man. See, you know, see how I drop the lyrics now. Hey, y'all work with me now. I gotta, you know, I got split. I'm not able to concentrate on the music like I really like to, but I'm trying to get deeper in the next album. I'm planning on. It's gonna take a little while. It's gonna take me the summer. I'm planning on having a new album for the summer, but I'm gonna get into the songwriting process a little bit more deeper into my music theory, and I'm gonna try to jazz up some hip hop and trap beats, and I'm gonna have something for you to dance on, for you to roll down the highway with, something for your trunk, all that. I'm gonna have all that. All right, so y'all watch out for that. But meantime, we're gonna get on with our program today. Behind the Scenes with the OGs. This is episode 10, and our topic for today is the reparation updates and the untold truth.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. And you know, that's what's up. That's what we present to y'all today. So I think we can move on to the screen sharing part. But before, I want to give a shout out. I'm glad to hear what you were saying about Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Because Detroit, man, they really have been seeing some bad times. Well, I got grandkids. I got family in Detroit, man. I got loved ones in Detroit, man. So, you know what I'm saying? And they do immediate, you know what I'm saying? You know, so whatever they can do on reparation, you know what I'm saying, on that level with them, they need to, you know, come on with it. I want to give a shout out to my family in San Antonio, Texas. I want to give a shout out to my family and friends out here. Shout out to Mini Bike Legacy. You know what I'm saying? Come get with us on any repairs you might need for your bikes. If you want a brand new, fresh bike to style and profile on, we got you covered on that too. And with, you know what I'm saying, with the OGs, you know what I'm saying, we still got our t-shirts. We still got t-shirts, you know what I'm saying, on the map, you know. And, you know, so if you might be interested in a Money and Black Lives Matter t-shirt, you know what I'm saying, we still represent, you know. So that's what's up with that part right there. And we're going to move on with this show.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still in style, but it's wintertime here. You see, I'm kind of wrapped up, got my sweater on and everything.
Yeah. It's wintertime here too.
Hey, man, it's gonna be like down to about freezing tonight. But anyway, that goes to show you that look, we were working difficult conditions to try to bring you an update on what's going on with American history, man. That's how dedicated we are. And
yeah, with the real and the truth about the untold story and the truth about the American history. That's basically what we be dealing with, you know. And then we will also deal with, you know, our economical level, you know, that I mean, you know, our blood, sweat, tears went into building this country to make it what it is, and it's no way in the world. How would we look like being the lowest in unemployment? You know what I'm saying? We're the lowest on when it comes down to our medical situation, you know, we on the bottom of everything on a country that we built, that people are living off our back, our blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I'm saying? You might as well say, you know what I'm saying, they pimping us. That's, you know, what the bottom line, what it boils down to. So, you know what I'm saying, we got to step our game up, you know what I'm saying, and get our position in life where we're supposed to be. All right, so we'll be back in 2 minutes and 2 seconds. This is it. Welcome to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. Got Goldee and DJ Hard.
You're watching Behind the Scenes with the OGs.
Welcome back to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. I'm Goldee with DJ Hard, my sidekick. We're fixing to start our screen share right now. The first screen share is going to be the untold truth about African Americans. You are not from Africa. You are not an African. Okay, let's begin.
While speaking at a formal gathering somewhere off the grid at a discreet location, just after his return from crossing the waters, Malcolm X revealed some very vital, unconventional details on what Negroes, or rather African Americans, were truly considered to be as a nationality of race prior to being called or labeled a Negro.
Aborigines would be black folks. But if you look like a white aborigine, aborigines are called their own people. You aborigine, but you don't have to be called aborigine.
Malcolm X stated that the rock landed on us after he returned across the waters because he learned new things. He learned that the rock had truly landed on us and that we were from these lands. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. also stated in his I Have a Dream speech that we are held in exile in our own homeland.
The Negro is still life in the fullness of American society. Finds himself in exile in his own land.
Now we have a lot of scholars out there and individuals are missing the point. How can you be held in exile in your own homeland without it being your own homeland? The tens of millions of Black Americans, or rather Indians, who disappeared in 1492 did not all die in the Holocaust inflicted within America. Hundreds of thousands were shipped to Europe and Africa as Indian slaves. The whole slave trade story was given to all of us in reverse. A mass colony of Africans were not shipped from Africa to America. The truth is that Black Indians were shipped from America to Europe. They were then shipped from Spain to Africa as commodity for African resources. These Black Indians, now mistaken as African Americans, were shipped back to America and classified as African slaves. This part of our history is what the school systems failed to mention in history programs. The American Society was an organization formed in 1816 with the purpose of transporting free African Americans, or rather Indian slaves, classified as Negroes back then, from the United States to settle on the west coast of Africa. During the decades, the society operated and transported more than 12,000 people to Africa, and the African nation of Liberia was founded. The term African American to refer to all Black people was endorsed only since 1988, but was against the desires of the majority of Black people. In fact, the term was endorsed by only 5 people, including Reverend Jesse Jackson and Ramona Edlin, leading the charge as a result of a gathering called the African American Summit, without the input of the majority of Black people. Author Avis J. Smith went to the district court in Washington, D.C. to stand against this term, as well as against the notion that a small group of powerful individuals should be able to compel the masses into adopting it. The systematic destruction of the Native Americans, or rather Native Indigenous Aborigine people, and their way of life was not only one of recorded history's greatest tragedies, but as with the slave trade, deeply spiritually wounding to all involved. The utter decimation of their culture is one of the most shameful aspects of history. The extent of the damage still being downplayed and denied entry into textbooks and history lessons to this day. I'm just going to make you think.
Okay, that's the ending of that short. That was Dane Calloway. That right there, anytime I do screen share with Dan Calloway, I'm also using him for a source and a reference, you know what I'm saying, for people that's interested to learn more of the untold truth about who we truly are and our history. That's my source right there, Dan Calloway, and that's my reference, you know what I'm saying, to my audience as well. And, you know, so we're going to continue on to the next screen share with DJ Hart. He got, he's dealing with reparation. We're going to do some, he's going to screen share on reparation and also an update dealing with statistics for our economical level.
Right.
So
we'll be right back.
2 minutes, 2 seconds.
This is it. Welcome to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. Got Goldee and DJ Hart.
Welcome back to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. We're the big dogs here to bring on the show to show you the real deal about what we're dealing with our finances and our history. And right now, DJ Spick to proceed with the wealth gap chart.
Yeah, okay. Now, in this one, they're talking about the median wealth of American families by race, all right? And they only mentioned 3 of them: Hispanic, Black, and white. All right. Now, here's the Black folks right here. That's us at $24,100 as the median wealth of a family, and so that now this don't include everybody. This don't include people on the you know, that's have less income, and it don't include you know, our millionaires and Black billionaires. Okay, so they're not involved with this statistic. This is just the median income. All right, so we want to go to the next one. Oh, so here's you can see how big a gap they got. All right, man, they got like what, almost 8 times more wealth than us. All right, something like that. I don't have my calculator right in front of me, but it looks like quite a bit. All right.
Well, it looks like it is quite a bit, regardless.
Yeah.
There's no way we supposed to be that far behind in a country that we molded, a country that we built. Why? How the heck can we be on the bottom like this, man? This is just crazy.
Well, see, this wealth gap also it shows as we go through all the screen shares. We come to the last one, which is the unemployment rate of Black men in America. Right, we're losing $50 billion. I want to show you the headlines on that. Okay, don't take my word for it. This the headlines are showing this. All right, so if we're losing $50 billion a year, how long is it going to take us to get to $1 trillion? All right, and here's what's slowing down our business investment, sending our kids to college, or buying a home. See, this is not very much money. It right here, they can almost pay for their average home cash money. Some of these people. All right, so that's the difference. And they can take $188,000 and go and buy a whole building and crank up the a business with inventory in there, or they don't even have to spend all their money. They could probably take a portion of that, make a down payment, and get a loan on all of the rest of the money they need. So here's another
No doubt
that I want to show. This one, it stops at 2016, right? So so this graph right here, it don't take into account what happened with this COVID-19 pandemic. All right, so it don't take that into account because the years is not, it don't extend over to 2019, 20, and 21, and then this year. All right, so that pandemic is going to hit us, and so, but you can see we was on the bottom. All right, it says right here, blacks are in red, Hispanics that's black. Hispanic is in black, and non-white, okay, is in green. That's this. See, they used to, before 1983, they just say non-white. So the green, this blue line right here is white folks. It shows you, how their wealth has continued to gain, right?
They're decline.
Yeah, they're climbing. All right, they're climbing. And I'm gonna tell you, by all estimates that I have seen, this red line here for us, right, is starting to flatline. Flatline. Anytime if you was on a hard machine, you go flatline, you dead. All right, so you dead in the water, right? If you're flatlining economically, you're dead in the water. All right, so that's why I want to try to. Actually, this is sort of educational, man. This is not just history; it's sort of educational. Really bring out the point about what's happening.
What's the difference in educational and history? It's the same.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right, we're gonna continue on. I got another screen share here. Now, since we're dealing with economics, I want to go to somebody who knows about it, have a PhD in this field, right? And so he's talking about erasing the horrible black leadership, all right? So I only want to play a little bit of this, right? About the first 2 minutes of it.
And also, if they could borrow $3, $4, $5 trillion for a stimulus package, they can go borrow another $3, $4, $5 trillion to make that first payment on our reparations. Come on now. All right. But one thing actually about reparations that I want you to keep in mind, though, is some people talk about things like student loans as part of the reparation package, like cutting out student loans. And that's kind of a false narrative in my view. Student loans are clearly, they have crippled black wealth, without a doubt. Student loans are one of the reasons why black wealth is going down, because your most educated black people are the ones who are going to die in debt. And I'm not making fun of you if you're in this category. There's millions of people in this category. Half of all black college graduates default on their student loans, and also half of all black people start college never graduate. You guys know I've been a college professor for almost 3 decades. So these are some things that I've known through the years. My wife's a college professor too. So one of the things about student loans, though, is that student loans are kind of it's just a little bit of a sucker's debt in the sense that they loaned you the money, but they really overcharge you for the product in the first place. So in a way, it's kind of like if, let's say that I know that you need a candy bar, right? And because you're really hungry, and I say, hey, I can get you a candy bar. Would you like one? You say, sure. And you say, how much does it cost? I say, oh, it costs $800, right? And you're like, $800 for a Snickers bar? And I'll be like, yeah, it's $800. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to. But let's say you're starving, there's no other food anywhere, and you're like, damn, well, I mean, $800, that's a lot of money. I can afford $800 for a Snickers bar. So let's say that I say something like, don't worry about it. I'll loan you the money. I'll issue you credit, right? So just sign this piece of paper, and you can eat your Snickers bar now, and you can worry about paying the $800 later, right? So now you got a Snickers bar from me. I have this accounts receivable now, right? I literally have an asset now of $800 in money owed to me, and you got a Snickers bar, right? That's what Dr. Claude Anderson refers to as the doctrine of unequal exchange. That's where a lot of black wealth went away, is when you trade, so when they give you something
Yeah. Hey, he get deep, boy. But anyway,
No, well, that's really pertinent information and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, he just broke down the motherfucking credit system. How the paleface use the credit system. You know what I'm saying? The keep us in debt.
yeah, and on top of that, I know I got a college degree, and I'm telling you, I know the pressure behind that. All right, so and that's just think about it like this. All right, almost anything that you study in college, right? If you're going to go into business for yourself in that area, right? There's usually some equipment or some expenses with dealing with that. You know, you got to buy the actual technology. You know, they got the college, you know, the technology and the equipment at the college, but when you get out of college, then you don't have that, right? You don't have the university equipment no more. So you got to be able to make a significant investment. Now, if you're going into business and you got an educational loan, then housing expenses, need a transportation, automobile, man, all that stuff can get to pounding up pretty quick. And that's why 50% of the people who go to college default on their loan, and it's some other statistics in regards to that. So I just want to bring that up because if they say in the reparation package, you know, education is part of that big ticket item. All right. I say, oh, that one size won't fit all. All right. That's good maybe for young people, but somebody of my age, no, you know, about the best thing we need to be able to do is probably have more expertise in whatever area we need and to learn the rules and regulations of that business. And that should be a very extensive course of educational training. All right. So that should
Well, first of all, when it comes down to the educational institutions that you know what I'm saying we are subjected to, it's just like, you know what I'm saying, it's a dead end. You understand? Because first of all, you're not trained, you know what I'm saying, you only trained with a slave mentality. That means trained to go to leave college and become employed, you know what I'm saying, by someone else, you know. Yeah. So I don't even think no money should ever be wasted towards that form of education. The form of education need to be changed to a whole nother perspective. It need to be changed from a perspective to teach a person how to leave mom and pops and get on your own, which means you need to learn how to earn money, you know what I'm saying, through your, even if, you know, through your, it's okay to have to work for someone, but if you got ideas and creations, you know what I'm saying, that stuff has to be developed, you know what I'm saying, from a kid on up. So this is what the schools should be dealing with, more pertinent subjects and experiences and stuff, you know what I'm saying, for the people, because this paleface education, you know what I'm saying, it's a thumbs down.
Sometimes you can have other problems with going to school. You know, it was very unusual for me to go to school to learn how to operate my music and film business better, and then be harassed about trying to promote, sell my products and services in the vicinity of the educational institution. You know, so I say, okay, I say, oh boy, if I ever catch something like that, you know, and even though I went through that, I said, okay, I'm not going to go to your school. All right, I'm not going to go to school. If you discouraging me from my business activity, I have no use for your school. No, regardless of how well crazy.
Well, the thing it is, you never had no excuse, you never had no use for them anyway. For a simple reason is when they confronted you like that, they was letting you know, look, listen, our facility is made and set up for us to make money off of you, not for you to come on our grounds and make no money. See, that was the message.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm telling you, that was so discouraging, man. I said, okay, man. I said, number one, they're getting too much money from me being there to hold me up on any kind of business activity at all. And matter of fact, that
they're supposed to be teaching you business activity.
Only one time in my life have I ever experienced that, and that was at a white ran institution. All right, where black folks was, I never had that problem, because matter of fact, at Graham State University, when I went to Graham State University, nobody stopped me from promoting my tailoring business and everything like that. That I was trying to earn some money to go to school and everything like that.
Because that shows you right there, a black perspective and a pale-face perspective is two different perspectives. That's why when people be trying to talk on this education, it's crazy, because we all know that this education is a get nowhere education. But now when you was at Grambling, they let you go on because they seen what you was doing. You know what I'm saying?
And not only that, they needed some alterations for the marching band. All right. And it just so happened that I was the only skilled person in the vicinity with the tools and equipment and the time to do the job. Okay, so, all right, we're going to move on. This is another short screen share. I know we're going over our time, but I just want, this one is like real quick too, less than 2 minutes. All right, so I want to show this one to let you know that there's a lot of people out there talking about reparations, and they're giving some information on this whole thing. All right, so let's enlarge the screen and start it.
America is not a racist.
Ladies and gentlemen, the question is, will reparations take care of the racial wealth gap in America? Of course it will. Of course it will. That's why they're not giving reparations, because it will fill that gap, and they don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video from CBS Sunday morning. At a White House ceremony, June 19, 1865 was the day enslaved people in Texas were the last to learn they'd been freed by President Lincoln. They thought it was the right time to explore the growing debate over reparations. Here's one clip.
The Stagville Plantation was once one of the largest plantations in North Carolina. 30,000 acres, with more than 900 enslaved people working the land. When you come to a place like this and you know that you have your own family, your own ancestors who lived under these conditions, what do you think?
I don't know that you're ever prepared for it fully.
Walking into the slave quarters can be an emotional experience.
Well, you're right now. Didn't see that coming.
Even for those all too familiar with history.
I mean, it's just extraordinary to me, the kind of daily use, not having control of your life, not being able to control your own children, just keep up counseling. So these are people who initially.
Yeah, that's all I wanted. I wanted to show that, because I really don't think people can imagine what it was like to be enslaved, so that's, I'm going to skip some of this stuff. I just want to highlight the point. I wanted to make sure you understand that Detroit got something going on here. Matter of fact, I'm looking at this PDF, and they got 21 pages dedicated to this whole thing coming from the Detroit City Council. All right. So right here they say the council president pro tem Sheffield has directed the Legislative Policy Division to provide a report and propose resolution tailored to Detroit.
Oh, they freaking to kick affirmative action back in Detroit. So that's gonna open up a whole lot of doors, you know what I'm saying, for people to get back employed.
Yeah,
that's what that's about.
Not only that, it's like the whole thing is like, they have some serious problems, man, up in that area. Environmental racism, okay, with the Flint, Michigan water crisis, and and other different red line policies and all kind of different things, over policing of our neighborhoods, and actually they probably caused some of the poverty there.
You need to read that.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to read all this. I just wanted to bring it out to you that is right there and available. Let me see if I can get to this other thing. I can't get to this other thing, but right now they got they getting ready to put it on the ballot and everything, man. It's gonna be a lot of public awareness around this activity right here.
Well, like I said, you should have read the whole thing.
I think it was something significant that I wanted to show about that. I think it was page 7.
Well, you could go to the middle section.
Let's see if it'll do it. I think it was on page 7. Some real juicy information. Yeah. Here it is. All right. See, this is the National African American Reparation Commission. All right. Preliminary Reparation Program, a document for review and revision and adoption as a platform to guide the struggle for reparation for the people of African descent in the U.S. All right, so this thing that's going on up in Detroit, it goes back a long time, man, all the way to John Conyers. We brought up his name before, because he's instrumental in bringing reparation to the government, and now the result is HR 40. All right, so a matter of fact, if you go through this document, you're probably going to find some additional history information in regards to other areas of the United States and around the world. Is how they dealt with reparations. All right, in various places. So this is like a lot of background information. All right, so I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I want to wrap it up. Let's see.
Well, that's some pertinent information to know, because first of all, it's people down here in the hood don't know about this. You know what I'm saying? They're not into researching and studying and trying to get up on this type of information. I noticed this because I'm down here with these people. You know what I'm saying? and they, you know what I'm saying, are just out in left field. They still caught up under, you know what I'm saying, being brainwashed. They not showing no interest in trying to get up on this information. But it makes me feel good when I see that there is a upper class of people who recognize, you know what I'm saying, what we recognize, and you know what I'm saying, they making moves and they standing up, you know what I'm saying, to represent our issues. So
well, before I end my screen share, I just want to highlight this headline from Newsbreak. All right. Reports say high unemployment rate for Black men cost the economy $50 billion every year. So, so here it is. You know, we could be involved with decreasing the amount of unemployment rate among Black men. And I say, oh, and this is real nice, Black men, right? Because normally if they say reparations or they say affirmative action or all these other things, man, they're beauty programs toward women and children. And I don't know, I go by simple mathematics, right? How can you win with two-thirds of a philosophy? All right, the family includes a man. All right, so if you don't include that man, then you don't have the whole. You're not treating the whole problem. You're only treating part of the problem. And then men, all right, that means they are adult. All right, so when you put all the programs onto children who are not in a position to run businesses or take out loans or stuff like that without the parents' permission, right? So here it is, they can't operate on the same level as an adult man, all right? So here it is, you taking a lot of power out of the community by not supporting the Black man. So just the word Black man, all right, is so important to this article, so important to our viewers, right? Because I want to say that this two-thirds philosophy has been going on since the very beginning of the civil rights movement. And over a 50, 60-year period, you have seen the erosion of the Black man not benefiting from the fruits of America. All right, so everybody else is, the kids is, and the women are. But here's the Black man left out. So now they're highlighting to America. They're telling America how much money America is losing. Not us. The whole nation is losing, man. So we're trying to say to you, the only way to truly help America is to help this Black man out. That's
okay.
Stand up for. I mean, manhood means you stand up. To me.
Yes, sir. So that's absolutely right. But see, they just made a perfect example of how big of idiots they are. What'd you say? 500 million?
No. I'm saying right here they're losing.
What did they say? They losing 500 million or what?
50 billion.
50 billion. That shows you how big of idiots, you know what I'm saying, they're being about this. Because just think, if you would, you know what I'm saying, have 50 billion, if you would have Black men in a position, you know what I'm saying, to be able to make a proper earning in life, all that money goes to building, you know what I'm saying, the system, building the country, just as our blood, sweat, and tears have always been, you know what I'm saying, into building it, but they always want to treat us as slaves. We Black men always on the bottom. We always get the brunt of the forces of everything, you know what I'm saying, that's against us, you know what I'm saying, affects us first and foremost before it does the women and the children. You know what I'm saying? We always been the ones that get the brunt of this stuff. So yeah.
And on top of that, let's talk to the city government, state government, and federal government, right? If you're losing $50 billion a year in wages, that means you don't have income tax to collect. You don't have sales tax to collect. You're not collecting Social Security benefit tax. There's a lot of tax money you are losing. What about all of that buying power when they start buying services and that's being taxed, or buying products that's being taxed? But the government,
man, they proven that they rather lose that much money than to motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, do the right thing, you know what I'm saying, for us.
Yeah.
That's what they showing. That's what they saying.
Yeah. Right. Well, we're going to end. This is the end of my segment. I just wanted to get right. Man, look. Sometimes you got to follow the money, man. The conversation about reparations.
All the time you got to follow the money.
Hey, look, it's about money, man. You know, it's not about programs where the owner and operator of the programs could take $50 billion and spend it on a building or something like that, and have none left for the people who's trying to deal with that, besides some kind of educational training stuff, man. Then we go out in the street empty-handed, all right, with education empty-handed, all right, that ain't gonna work. I mean, you gotta have tools in your bucket, man. You know, I think a quote from a great writer a long time ago: drop your buckets where you are, right? Where you at? Drop your buckets there. But now you got an empty bucket. No tools in there. No money in the bucket. Nothing in your bucket. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, what other people from other communities, they got not one bucket, but 8 buckets full of everything they need. They got enough to employ 7 people.
Well, them is all our buckets that they stole and robbed us for. You know what I'm saying? All that shit belonged to us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta look at it that way. You know, you got.
Yeah, well, that's the way it is. You gotta look at it how it truly is. This ain't nothing made up. You know what I'm saying? They still living off of our backbone. They still living off our blood, sweat, and tears. And they say slavery don't even exist no damn more. So
now check it out. Now you just think about if the unemployment rate for Black men are high, and they got to support their family every month. The rent come in every month. Utility come in. That's stress. That's pressure. Some people may take make irrational decisions trying to get that money. So here it is. You have opportunities to fund some people that make on the business, that will go in their own community, start a business, and hire somebody from their own community, man. So I'm telling you, we'll talk about reparation. It's a win-win solution for America. It's a win.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Because not only that, even the financial part, the money part, you know what I'm saying, the majority of it, I guarantee you, is going to go right back in the system. So I mean, that's common sense. And I feel like as far as this education thing go, you know what I'm saying, all a person needs to do, you know what I'm saying, is learn common sense. And with common sense, you can see through all this madness, you know what I'm saying, has been perpetrated against, you know what I'm saying, us as human beings. You know what I'm saying? It was even a time where they didn't even want to consider us humans, you know, so we've been attacked in so many ways. It's just
we're going to be breaking that down
ridiculous.
More in detail. But right now, we're going to end this screen share. We're going to come to the wrap-up show, and we'll be right back in
2 minutes, 2 seconds.
Yeah, all right then.
This is it. Welcome to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. Got Goldee and DJ Hard.
Welcome back to Behind the Scenes with the OGs. This is the closing of our show. We're going to come at you with a little commentary. We're going to be chopping it up, you know what I'm saying, kicking a few things around. So, but before, you know, I want to say I want to get my likes up and my subscriptions. You know, that's important to our show. That's important to the standing of our show. That's important to, you know, how long, you know what I'm saying, we stick with bringing this show on. So, yeah, get our likes up. We hit them thumbs up for us, and the subscriptions, you know, let's bring them on up, too. Now, my thing is, you know, for the last screen share that I just did with Dan Calloway on, you know what I'm saying, we not Africans, and we're not even African Americans. You know, the truth of who we truly are have not been told or taught to us, you know what I'm saying, in school through this education, this so-called educational system that we've been subjected to. And so I really truly believe that, you know what I'm saying, until we really accept, you know, I mean, we need to know who we truly are. We need to know what truly belongs to us. We need to know that it's other races that, you know, they all have a country. They know where they came from. They know who they are. You know what I'm saying? And this is, you know, our race, you know what I'm saying, built this nation, made this nation be what it is, even with our participation still of today. You know what I'm saying? They depend on us, you know, and that's the whole thing. They in the frame of mind to feel like, you know, as long as they keep us on the slave level, slave mentality, you know what I'm saying, that it's all about keeping us on the bottom. You know, they don't want to see us rise up, you know what I'm saying, and be on the level of existence on earth, you know what I'm saying, as we was created to be. So it's the fear, it's fear that's within them, you know what I'm saying, to even want to have this type of attitude and to want to treat somebody that's helpful to you. You know, if we even see this through our lives, daily lives today, you know what I'm saying, dealing with our friends and family and stuff like that, relationship with people, you know what I'm saying, how you extend, you know what I'm saying, your courtesy, your friendship to somebody, and they turn around and stab you in your back. You know, all that comes from that slave mentality, what it was locked in and embedded in their mind, you know what I'm saying, through their experience and their adventure through life growing up, you know what I'm saying, and being brainwashed. So, you know, you know, that's what I'm saying. So, like, dealing with, you know, Dan Calloway is a heavy brother who do deep research, you know what I'm saying, come up with the real and the truth, you know what I'm saying, that we need to know and that people should know. And the reason I like to do screen shares with him is because I want other people to get up on, you know what I'm saying, this knowledge and this information, you know what I'm saying. So when I speak out on it, you know, people can relate to it and understand where I'm coming from and be able to stand up and represent as a man. A lot of this information, man, if our, you know what I'm saying, elders or our grandparents and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, they know all this, you know what I'm saying, everything that we present to you, they know. And, you know, it was on them, you know, but out of fear, they would not, you know what I'm saying, distinguish this information as knowledge to us, you know what I'm saying, but it would have been so much of made us so much more successful, you know, as a people here on earth, as the main people. We're the main people here on this earth. And, you know, just as DJ, you know what I'm saying, make these presentations showing our economical level, you know, we've been going through this shit too long. You know, when our people, you know, we ain't no longer a lost race of people. We have information now. We have knowledge. We have insight. We have common sense. So we know, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, we're gonna come up, you know, we're gonna overcome this, we're gonna, you know, reach above this, we're gonna get our rightful position in life, you know, but it's just a matter of time. But you know what I'm saying, we're gonna make it happen. Talk to him, DJ.
Man, I want to, you know, before I get to my shout outs, I want to have my commentary on some of the things that I've reviewed and just found out about. And matter of fact, this is not the first time that I heard that a small number of people like Jesse Jackson and a few other people came up with this terminology of African Americans.
Right, it was 5 people.
They spoke for us. This is my point. That's the point. That's the point of this show. All right. Let's not let all these nerds that's removed from our community speak for us just because they have credentials, power, and wealth. All right. We need to open our minds to influence those people who are so-called leaders because they have been making the wrong decisions consistently throughout my life, and I have watched it personally for 50, 60 years going on. All right. Now, a change got to come. They keep on talking about change, you know. But here's the change. We have freedom of speech. We are free. We have freedom of the press. All right. Now, it's on you to exercise your opinions. Let your voice be known in the comment section of this video. Hey, man, look.
Really like that.
Hey, look. I don't really want to talk for you. I would love to summarize the information you leave behind in comments and say, okay, this represents the people. All right. I may agree and may not agree, but we're going to get your voice out there. That's what this show is about, helping you get your voice out there, expressing things that so many people are obviously afraid to talk about. Reparations and closing this wealth gap. It's so important to our community. All right, we talk about the crisis with crime. You know, here we got all kind of different things going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, with neighborhood improvement. And they talk about neighborhood improvement now. They ain't got no money in back of that. You know, they're putting more and more requirements and conditions on us. All right. So here it is. Now they're saying, okay, here's the obligation. They're not giving us the means to accept that obligation. All right. So reparation will be part of the solution because that answer is going to be an economic answer. All right. All right. When they talk about revitalization and cleaning up the place and everything, there's an economic answer for that. The lack of economics on this topic is what creates blight. All right. So let's get rid of some of the things that you don't want to see by putting more money into the hands of the people who deserve it, because reparation is a bill that is due. It's overdue. All right. I'm not the only person talking about it. Now the people in government offices in high places are talking about it. So let's get the ball rolling, be more unified about this conversation. Because I'm telling you, man, we already got education. We just need the rest of the tools to make it more effective. All right, so that's my argument for reparation for today. And I want to give a big shout out to all of my fans that's been playing my music. I love you. I love you. And man, look, I'm dedicated. See, y'all got me motivated. My fans got me motivated, man. You know, look, when they talk that good talk, I'm not worried about whether or not I'm making any money off this music or not. I'm worried about you loving it, so I could put together a concert and then you can come and to the concert and enjoy yourself and spend your money with me. I can make some money. So this is my delayed gratification program. All right, streaming is okay, but I'm telling you, I don't think too many artists out there, really thinking about making a meaningful lifestyle off of just streaming income. So when you buy a single or an album, that's when you really help that artist out. That's money going right there to their project, making more music, having a comfortable place to work, and utilities and all the other stuff that goes along with, especially food and health issues. Be able to take care of that. We don't need to be on the bottom of every statistic, including health. All right, so I want to give a shout out to my fans for encouraging me so much. I'm going to be bringing some new music. Y'all just bear with me. I got a lot of work to do, including this show, along with actual building and construction. Yeah, it's like a 1,000 piece puzzle, but some of the pieces are very large. Goldee, man, what you got? Oh, one more thing. I want to remind everybody, yes, we got the t-shirts available. Y'all can check out our t-shirt, Money and Black Lives Matter. Hey, this is a classic t-shirt. Hey,
right.
Until we get rich, this ain't going out of style.
Yeah, for sure.
It ain't going out of style. Until we get rich, I mean, not as an individual, but as a large group of people. That's what I'm talking about, the resources traveling around in our neighborhood. I'll tell you. And this album, Money and Black Lives Matter, I'm telling you, it got hit records on it. On my way. Money and Black Lives Matter. I mean, people are loving that. All right. And electronic hip hop, there go another one. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Do I have on here? Let's see if I got Creamy Coffee on here. All right, but anyway, it got a lot of good instrumentals on it. Oh, it's Friday podcasting on this bad boy. That thing it just got a life of its own. People be streaming that.
All right, man. All right, we to draw this here to a close now. But I want to say this. Reparation is a debt that's owed to the American Indians and to the African Americans. You know what I'm saying? That's a debt that's owed to us. That's not no handout. They know that, so I'm saying, they indebted to us. And, it's time, I'm saying, that for this debt to get paid. The United States of America is a cooperation, a company. So you are using your citizens, to make money off of, and that's what you have done to us. And now it's time that it's mandatory that you pay your debt in the form of reparation to all American Indians and African Americans.
Yeah, back on that note, I also found out that it was several treaties made. One of them was the Indian Removal Treaty. And in that treaty, they were supposed to give the Indians some land west of the Mississippi, and they didn't do that. All right. But they took that land. All right. Okay. So here it is. That, it's a definite debt that our people are due. And I just so happen to have an oral history verification that I have some Indian blood in me, and that on the African side, go all the way back to the sharecroppers. All right, so I've got to go and do some additional research to go back farther than that. but right there, that's where my R history ended. I would say, okay, we went overtime on the rap. But anyway, the conversation is so deep. I wanted to end my show by saying I think I was denied the most valuable thing in my life, which is the oral history of my family. I respect all of the members of my family so much, but it would have been nicer if they would have took some time to explain their heritage, who was their fathers, who was their uncles, who was their brothers and grandfathers and stuff like that, to pass down that oral history. All right, so this is maybe something that culturally need to be reestablished in our community to give respect to our ancestors, say their names, and remind our descendants of their ancestors.
Okay, I'm gonna give a shout out to Detroit, shout out to San Antonio, shout out to Memphis, you know what I'm saying? We got, since young Dolph, you know what I'm saying, was murdered and stuff, there's been a lot of madness going on in Memphis. Man, y'all need to tie y'all game up, you know what I'm saying, as a people out there in Memphis. And you know what I'm saying, all that old hating and when a brother come up, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, y'all knock him out the box, man, y'all got to get yourselves together, man. You know what I'm saying? When you make money, take that money, you know what I'm saying, and put it together with the next man, you know what I'm saying, and do something that's going to be beautiful and beneficial to us. And anyway, all y'all, when y'all getting murdered and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and come time, where are y'all finance? Who making all that money off of y'all? You know what I'm saying? A lot of gang of money is being made off of y'all, you know what I'm saying, once you die, and your family ain't seeing that money. Your family ain't touching that money.
And so, you know what? That's part of the oral history too. I mean, our descendants and our family members need to respect the talented things that we do in regards to intellectual property, because that is an asset, man. So this is, I'm just trying to highlight some things that's valuable to our community, and I thank you, Goldie, for bringing that up. I got a lot of songs that I put out, trying to calm down the violence in our community, and I'm going to continue to do that. I think, one size don't fit all. And, so my size is like, I do musical comedy. I try to tell jokes that's funny, but sometimes life is so serious that the jokes don't come out right, so it'd be bad jokes. But anyway, but the main subject that I got is like, get, more integrity in your life, more self-respect in your life, and find your happiness in your peace zone. It's a zone that you can get in, and then once you get in that zone, man, wherever you go, man, you're gonna carry that with you, man. That helps calm down these people who's all uptight. You know what I'm saying? If you go in there uptight and they uptight, ain't nobody using a cool head anymore. So, and matter of fact, here on our last show, we brought up bass reed or bass reed, the first U.S. Marshal, all right, west of the Mississippi, all right. So here it is. One part of his reputation is that he always had a cool head under pressure, all right. So man, that's. You gotta get. He had a difficult job, man. He was hunting down criminals, people who kill people. And so now here it is. He kept a cool head under that type of pressure. Now here it is. If you're in the rap business, every communication you got shouldn't be that straightful. And it's not, and learn how to communicate and do business with people in such a way where you can live through it and they can live through it. All right. So you can stay out.
No, what they need to learn is stop how to stop always thinking wanting to be the king of this and the king of that and get big headed when you touch that bag. You know what I'm saying? And all that stuff is just straight stupidity. And all it does is knock us down another notch. Because first of all, you're knocking down money, you're knocking down employment. You understand what I'm saying? And you're knocking down finances. You're not bringing it together. You're not building with it. So, y'all need to.
I'm
y'all
so
need
glad
to get
you
the
brought
shit
that
right.
up because our competition, they know how to get unified financially. They know how to pool their money and invest. All right. Now, that's a talent that a lot of people lack. I mean, sometimes it's not money. Sometimes it is only a good work ethic that changes everything. A good attitude and a good work ethic creates a product or a service to the community. And that's what me and Goldee got. That's what we got. We got that, and you know what? That is something that you can't find everywhere. You can't find dependable people everywhere. When people talk about, quitting their job and stuff, see, what the employer is looking for is somebody that can depend on. All right. Even in business, from business to business. All right. They're looking to do business with people they can depend on. So you got to get in the right vibration, man, in order to get a good vibe going.
Yeah, well, that's absolutely true. I mean, that's with any business, I don't care it don't matter when it comes down to a relationship, when it comes down to dealing with the next person, that's what a person is looking for, somebody that's responsible, somebody that's dependable, somebody that, is know how to be loyal, so yeah, that works in business and it works in pleasure. You know what I'm saying? And it works through your walk through life, to be that type of person. And that's what, that's the type of people that our people need to be representing, instead of representing foolish people, not to know what to do when you do touch some money. You know what I'm saying? You think you got to get killed because you touch some money. That's just crazy. But anyway, that's our show. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our show. The importance, do this. If you don't do it for nobody else, just do it for us, because, we know what mission we own. And if you can't recognize the mission that we own, then just do a thumbs up, just give us a like, for the educational information that we present to you, because I don't think we ain't gonna stop.
Right on, man. And you know what? I want to say, even though we're dealing with some subject matter that's difficult, that's, complicated, I enjoyed this show. And I hope you enjoyed it too. And this is the reason why I studied so hard to try to bring you some relevant information, some current information, and maybe some old information that's dealing with American history. I want to thank you for watching Behind the Scenes with the OG, because you are the world to me. Thank you for watching.
Peace and blessings to y'all.
And don't drive drunk. Good night.